Good morning. This is MemphisWeather.net meteorologist Eric Procius. It is Friday, March the 28th, shortly before 10:30 a.m., and wanted to record a video forecast discussion for you today to highlight some of the things we've got going on over the next 24 hours or so. Another system moves through the area, looking at a potential for severe weather for later this evening, and want to get right into that and describe what we've got coming up for you. So, without further ado, let's jump right in and take a look. We're going to start off with what's going on right now. This is again about 10:30 on Friday morning. Had thunderstorms that moved through late yesterday afternoon into the evening, a little bit during the overnight hours as well. Most of that has moved off now down to the south and east. In fact, most of the biggest storms overnight were down to our south, and you can see there's still some severe weather going on down along the Gulf Coast. That system's departing. It's left a cold front though in its wake. And that is basically right down from the Ohio River down into northern parts of the Mid-South, just north of the Memphis Metro. And nothing going on along that front right now. Pretty dry, but you look back off here to the west, the front trails back through Texas, and you're starting to see some thunderstorm activity popping up to the west of the Dallas-Fort Worth area and some showers around Dallas. That is going to be our focus as we head into the evening hours. That's low pressure back over in that area, and it's going to move along the front and move up into the Memphis metro area later on today. We'll take a look at the surface map. This is frontal systems and low pressure systems as of about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And this is showing that low pressure system just to the west of Dallas. The cold front or stationary front as it's kind of stalled out just to the north of the Memphis metro. And that's going to be that way during the day today. Now as we move forward to about 7 o'clock tonight, you see that low pressure system has moved up and developed along the front as it moves into the Mid-South, just south of Little Rock about 7 o'clock, and that front still just to the north of us. That's going to be bringing our showers and thunderstorms that come later today. About midnight tonight, just after, that's low pressure system is moving across North Mississippi, dragging the cold front back behind it, and look, all the green is areas of rain and thunderstorms out ahead of that low pressure system as it moves through. By tomorrow morning around 7 a.m., that low is moving over into the Tennessee Valley, and looks like the precipitation has come to an end. The cold front has moved through, and that continues right on into the day tomorrow. Tomorrow actually looks pretty good. High pressure building in, and by Sunday morning, high pressure pretty much directly overhead. That low that's moving through here will be up over the northeastern U.S. by Sunday morning. So as far as our severe weather risk is concerned, taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center website, the Day 1 Convective Outlook. So this is for today and tonight, and they have a slight risk of severe weather that extends roughly up as far north as about Jackson, up north of Little Rock, and covers all of the Memphis metro area and locations south and west. So that is the slight risk area. As far as the probabilities of different types of severe weather, we're looking at the hail map here. This is the probabilities of large hail up to 1 inch or larger, and the Memphis metro area is in a 15% risk for large hail. You see that the higher risk for hail, in fact very large hail possible over eastern Texas, but you'll see this area down here southwest of the metro, southern Arkansas, Louisiana, and into Texas is where the large hail is expected, but 15% risk here for the Memphis metro. And basically what that means is that there's a 15% risk that you could see 1 inch hail within 25 miles of your point. So that gives you a reference there. As far as the wind is concerned, damaging wind of 58 miles an hour or greater, very similar risk areas to the hail. Again, we're looking at about a 15% risk of damaging thunderstorm winds in the Memphis metro. And the tornado risk is pretty low. It's not zero, but it's about 2%. And browser just refreshed there. Sorry about that. Tornado risk is about 2% here in the Memphis metro area. You see the higher risk is going to be down from Dallas over to Shreveport down to Austin in that general area. So the main severe weather risk for today is going to be south and west of Memphis, but right here in the Memphis metro we are in a slight risk. As far as the severe weather parameters are concerned, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this, but this is one of the high resolution models that we look at, and just some severe weather indices, and this is going out across through the day today, and basically where you see reds on there indicates that that parameter is indicating a possibility of severe weather. And so as we get later in the day, you see that more reds start to show up, especially after about 4 or 5 o'clock, and this goes out until 8 tonight, and this is telling telling me basically that there are several parameters that are lining up for possible severe weather. Definitely strong storms will need to be on the lookout for. These parameters are not off the charts. This isn't widespread outbreak kind of weather, but thunderstorms definitely, and some of those could produce some damaging wind gusts or large hail. The other note on this is that the tornado parameters, especially these bottom two lines down here for a supercell composite and a significant tornado parameter, or STP, those are actually fairly low. So again, indicating that the likelihood of tornadoes is not high. Of course, you could certainly get a little spin up in a supercell that might come through. But the main risk is going to be damaging winds and large hail. So as far as the timing is concerned, I'm going to use this morning's 4-kilometer NAM model and the kind of the future radar product off of that model to show you what we think is going to happen. Now, this is not set in stone. This is just an outlook from one of the models, but I think it's got a fairly decent handle on the situation. So I'm going to step through, and this is this morning. You can notice the front is basically right up here where it's got very light returns, a few sprinkles or light rain possible late this morning up around the front. This is the departing system down to the southeast. And as I step through the afternoon hours, you see that we stay pretty dry. It's not showing any rain around the area during the afternoon. This is up to 4 o'clock now. Can't rule out the possibility of a few storms starting to pop up or showers possibly late afternoon into the rush hour period. But here's where the event starts back to the west. Here come the storms. This is as of 6 p.m. If you're headed out to the Memphis Redbirds game tonight and this is on track, then the start of the game should be dry. But again, I can't rule out shower or thunderstorm around the area at that time. And then this is 7 o'clock. You see the storms moving in. Little Rock is right over here. So these storms have moved through there. This is 8 o'clock. And so you're getting, if this is exactly right, you're getting in a few innings of that game tonight. But then by 9 o'clock, it looks like those storms are moving in. And they last up through 10 o'clock and stay around the area through 11, 12, 1. And things kind of start to settle down during the wee hours of the morning. By 7 a.m. tomorrow, this is what the future radar looks like from this particular model. Middle Tennessee into Alabama where the storms are. Our area cleared out. I do not expect any rain during the day on Saturday. Clouds will stick around a little bit in the morning but should decrease during the day. But it looks like our main chances for storms is going to be from late afternoon or around rush hour into the early evening hours, and then through the evening into about midnight or so. Still some rain possibly around the area even through that early morning hours on Saturday, but best chance of severe weather, if we get any, I think is going to be between about 6 p.m. and midnight here in the Memphis metro. Once we get through this system, things don't look too bad. This is the European model forecast for the next about 8 days or so, and we've got temperatures plotted going out. The high temperatures in pink and the low temperatures in black for each 6-hour period. The blues are rainfall, and so we've got the rain coming in tonight into the overnight hours, and then it looks like these temperatures are climbing. I'm seeing lots of 70s, especially once we get into the start of next week and right through the week. Another system to start watching out for after we get through this one, we'll be looking at the Wednesday-Thursday time frame for next week. Another potential round of severe weather. Of course, it's a preliminary at this point. That's a ways out. But we're going to keep an eye on Wednesday and Thursday next week once we get past tonight. Mild weather, though. It looks like springtime. I see a lot of 70s up here across the top for high temperatures. So looking pretty good as we get past this weekend. It'll be a little bit cool on Saturday, a little breezy, pleasant weather on Sunday, and then really nice springtime weather as we head into next week until the middle of the week when more storms move in. So for tonight, again, the main risk period is going to be about 6 p.m. to midnight. And it's going to bring some thunderstorms with a threat of damaging wind and large hail. We will certainly keep an eye on that as that moves through. Your Saturday looks good. If you're headed out to the Redbirds game or just out and about tonight, please keep a close eye on the weather. Stay with us. We'll be tweeting Memphis Weather 1 on Twitter. We'll be keeping our Facebook page updated. You can find us at memphisweather.net there. And certainly have your memphisweather.net mobile apps ready. Have Stormwatch Plus activated and where you're going to be programmed into that so that you can get any severe warnings pushed directly to you as soon as the National Weather Service issues those. That's the best way to keep safe in case of severe weather tonight. So I hope that gives you a good overview. I hope you have a great weekend and a good week next week. For memphisweather.net, signing off, this is meteorologist Eric Prosius.